Hey guys, so we're back again with another reading, and this one is all about what wishes are coming true for you. So we're going to see what wishes the universe is just about to grant for you. It's a really positive, uplifting reading, and I'm excited to get into it. And then today we have a selection of donuts for you guys to choose from. They look so good. They look like they are hot and fresh right off the bakery shelves. And I also want to mention to you guys that I do have my Patreon up and either just posted or I'm right about to post a reading all about what feminine archetype you embody. So we talk about the 7 feminine archetypes and which one you fit into. So it's a great one to watch if you want to tune into your goddess feminine energy and get clarity if you are a feminine. And there's all kinds of readings over there. You don't have to be a feminine to watch all my readings. There's all kinds of different subjects up there. So check it out, you guys. The link is in my description for my Patreon if you want to join us over there. And if you want a private reading from me, there's also a link in my description for that, briarrosetarot.com, and you can get a private one-on-one session with me and get some clarity on whatever you need to know about your life. So with that being said, I'm going to put all the numbers up on the screen so you can see what each of the donuts are numbered, and you guys can skip ahead at any point to the pile that is just calling your name. If it's your first pick a card reading, you want to go towards the one that just seems to be calling your energy in, not necessarily the one you would order at a donut shop, although you could choose that way if you have a very particular donut you always go with or something and it's up there. But most of the time, it should be calling your energy in, and that's how you'll know. It's always a great idea to take a breath, kind of chill, relax before you choose, but then just go with your first instinct. Don't overthink it. Just go for that one, and that will be the one with the message for you. So with all that being said, you guys can take as much time as you need to decide. You can rewind, pause, and take as much time as you want, but we are going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Pile 1, so if you guys picked this white sprinkle donut, this is going to be your reading. So on the top, it looks like it has a vanilla glaze with beautiful multicolored sprinkles, really fun. And then on the back, there's some discoloration from where the dough would have hit the oil. So it looks really realistic. It's also really soft and squishy, and it just looks like something you would really find in a donut shop. But let's get right into your tarot. So you guys got the 9 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Devil reversed, Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the 2 of Cups. So you guys are manifesting a huge amount of wealth and abundance in this pile. A lot of you guys in this pile are going to have all your dreams come true with regards to your financial situation, even beyond your wildest dreams is what I'm hearing. With regards to your bank account, it's going to be overflowing. A lot of you guys are going to be having a business that does incredibly well. I'm seeing you guys stocking like multiple items or having multiple sales, bills go out and being kind of overwhelmed by it to a certain extent. Like I feel like there's an energy here in this pile of just being shocked by this. Maybe some of you guys have been in a bad financial state and haven't been sure how to pay your bills or how to make ends meet. And maybe that's why I just keep getting this energy of surprise. Almost like some of you guys in this pile never thought you were going to be financially okay, or never really thought that that was going to be your lifestyle. But a lot of you guys are going to have a lifestyle that's extremely glamorous, maybe going out a lot and going to like glamorous parties or having a glamorous friend group. But a lot of you guys are going to become money masters and almost open multiple businesses or have multiple streams of income. I'm hearing residual income and also that thing where you just get paid every month and you don't have to be actually working. I forget the name, but a lot of you guys are going to have some kind of business like that that just pays you money and you just take the checks and cash them and you're not even having to work on a daily basis. And so a lot of you guys are going to possibly have multiple houses in this pile, or a very high-end lifestyle is what I keep seeing in my mind. And what's coming through with the Devil reversed is, again, some of you guys have had ingrained ideas of poverty or of what you deserve in this lifetime. And some of you guys really thought that that would never happen for me. I could never do that. And I feel like this is like spirits like chance to blow you away and surprise a lot of you guys in this pile and really just like get to see that look on your face as you're like kind of shocked, being like, oh my God, wait, how is this my life? How did I manifest this? How did I become this money master person when I thought I was always going to be broke? I thought I was always going to not have enough. And Spirit's really going to enjoy that process of like taking you by surprise. And I'm seeing someone like being driven to a surprise party. And so I feel like for Spirit, that moment when you kind of first start to really realize like, oh my God, am I rich, is going to be like the delight and the gift that Spirit gets back, because they really want to make you guys realize how empowered you are. And something that is coming through is with the Page of Swords, a lot of you guys might need to speak up more, and this is going to be something that you develop on the path to making money. Some of you guys, I think, are very empathetic and very loving type energies, but it's almost like you've been taken advantage of by people. With the Devil reversed, some of this might be dysfunctional family or something like that. People that really didn't treat you that well, and you have accepted that for whatever reason. And so in the future, a lot of you guys are going to develop this process of creating boundaries, like learning to speak up, learning to say no. And that's going to be the path that is going to take you to the wealth. So I feel like whenever you guys get an opportunity to sometimes put up a boundary, you should, not saying you should just put up random boundaries for no reason, but if you feel the need to put up a boundary, you should definitely do that, because again, keep all those situations as proof that you're on the right path to your destiny and to this financial success. The more times you're like, oh my God, why is this person being so pushy to the point where I'm going to have to tell them no? Recognize that that is a sign for you that you are in alignment with this journey towards success. Because once you guys get success, you're going to need to have those boundaries up. Some of you guys have been a little too giving or not have had the correct boundaries. You've been a little too empathetic and a little too kind, and you need to learn to that you guys deserve things as well. So I feel like that's just going to naturally happen to you on the journey towards the success and abundance. But you guys are manifesting a very glamorous life. I'm seeing boats. I'm seeing really nice restaurants and glamorous outdoor cafes, travel, and a very high-end friend group is what I'm seeing as well. A very vibrant social life where you're going out and you have friends surrounding you that you really enjoy. Like lively activity, and they're successful in their own way too. And it's really fun for you to be a part of such a kind of glamorous and exciting group of friends. Then we have the Two of Cups. So again, some of you guys have had ideas that like you aren't deserving of a relationship. I feel like there's self-worth issues throughout this group. Like maybe you guys thought, well, a true love like that is never going to happen for me. I'm just not good enough, or like that kind of a thing doesn't happen for me. And again, I feel like this is where Spirit wants to empower you in general and almost like give you the money so you can realize that you can have literally anything you want, and you, yes, you can also have an amazing relationship, and you deserve all the beautiful things in life. So I feel like once you guys get the money, then you're going to really have this confidence and this awareness of your own power that's going to also lead you to relationships with people that truly align with you. Because I am seeing people in this pile surrounded by a lot of friends and a lot of fun. So it's not just going to be like you have money, but you're just like sitting on it and not doing anything and just kind of hoarding it away. It feels like you guys are very going out, enjoying, spending it, having a good time. And so I feel the social aspect, the relationship aspect is a major aspect of what you guys are manifesting. It's not the whole thing, but it's like a side part. The main thing is honestly the money, because a lot of you guys don't even realize how powerful you are and that you can manifest money. Let's get some more cards. So we got Higher Power reversed. We got New Life, Orphans, and Serendipity. And this is kind of what I was talking about with you guys with the Devil card. Is some of you guys might have dysfunctional family members that made you into kind of either a scapegoat or someone who just had to tolerate bad behavior. Or maybe you were parentified and you had to look after your parents. But there's something about you guys, again, learning to stand up for yourself and put up right boundaries, putting up boundaries with certain people. And again, if you guys in this pile, because I'm feeling like it's mixed, have a great relationship with your parents, then just don't take this part of the message and take the other parts of the message. But for some of you guys that might have had difficult relationships with your parents, or they don't have the proper boundaries, maybe they're really loving, but they don't have the right boundaries to be able to just kind of let you do your own thing and focus on your own life, and you're always expected to engage with them. I feel like a part of this glow up process is you guys learning to say no to them and put up a little bit of those walls. So you might even go through a stage where you feel a little bit orphaned, or you feel like, oh, am I making the right choices? Or was that mean of me to tell my mom that like I'm not gonna drop all my plans to fly back home to see her for the weekend because it was just a random weekend and she missed me. You guys are going to learn to be like, no, I can't do that. Sorry. And stand by it and really mean it. And that's going to help you guys exponentially in your overall journey of realizing that you deserve all the good things, and that this lifetime is about you and your destiny and your hopes and your dreams. And yes, our relationships matter very deeply in this lifetime. But at the end of the day, we're the ones who have to look in the mirror and be happy with what we did. And I feel like you guys are making that happen. For a lot of you guys, this is a new life. If you've been lonely or you've been broke and haven't been able to go out because you're like, I just don't have the money, I can't go out and see people, I can't go out and have fun, that's going to change. This is going to be, like I said, a very busy life. A lot of you guys are going to be going here and there and doing this and that and meeting up with this person for lunch and that person for dinner, and then going to like a fitness class and then doing all these things and traveling, and you're going to be really in love with this lifestyle. Honestly, you guys are going to be feeling so fulfilled, because a lot of the people in this pile one, you guys have told yourself that like, oh, I'm not a people person, I don't really care about that. But I feel like if you actually monitored your mood after you interacted with someone, you would feel so much happier. A lot of you guys, you might even be an extrovert in denial about it. You might be someone that really does get that energy and that charge from being around others. But some of you guys have been like, no, that's not true, because you haven't been surrounded by it. But in the future, with this very vibrant lifestyle, you're going to feel so excited. You're going to really love this. And keep in mind that spirit is absolutely watching out over this journey. We have serendipity and higher power. So I truly feel like for a lot of you guys, the money is going to come in very naturally as you guys progress on this journey and access your higher self and learn to tune into spirit. This is going to just naturally flow. And again, I keep getting that that's where maybe you just come off as so shocked throughout this reading. Like I just keep getting that you guys are like, what the heck? Every time you get like a check in the mail, you're kind of surprised. Like it just feels like, wow, I can't believe this is my life, because I feel like you guys don't seek out money in the way of being like a mercenary and just going in there and doing something you hate and just like pushing yourself to the limit and screwing other people over. It feels like you guys still stay very moral, very on track with your own desires and wants. And honestly, it's a spiritual journey that does lead to money in the end. So yeah, let me get some astro dice for you guys for pile one. Can we get some astro dice? What wishes are coming true for pile one? We got the 11th house. Wow, house of other people. Then we got Capricorn and Saturn, which are related. Saturn rules Capricorn, but the 11th house of friendships and other people is a major energy for you guys. Some of you guys might make more money through these friendships because spirit just keeps bringing them up over and over in this reading. So I don't know, maybe you like get into a friend group and then they are like, hey, by the way, I have a business. Would you want to like go in on it? And you go in a little and then the business blows up and you're shocked by how much money you're making. Or maybe you meet someone through your friends and they have money and they're wanting to give you some money for some reason, I don't know. But your friends are going to be a major component of your life. And a lot of you guys are going to have very glamorous friends and very exciting friends. Like I feel like they are on their own routine of going here, doing that, having a very vibrant social life. So it's really a lovely part of it. I don't think like, what's the point of money? It's obviously to live life, to have an exciting, fun, enjoyable life and freedom. And And so if you have money, but you're just staying at home and never ever doing anything with it, I mean, does it really make a difference? Probably not. So I really feel like you guys are making the most of it. And this life is just so vibrant, so exciting. We got new life. And yeah, it's like a whole new outlook for you guys. But then with Saturn and Capricorn, well, Saturn and Capricorn do relate also to the 10th house, career. So it makes sense that this would come up for you guys in relation to your finances, because obviously most people make their money through their career. And I do sense your career is going to be really on point. But also, I do feel that there is an element of hardships in this reading. I can tell you guys have had a lot of hardships in this pile, and a lot of you guys have been kind of beaten down by it to a certain extent, and really felt maybe a little overwhelmed, like, why are all these bad things happening to me? Why do I have to go through this? Maybe that's why I keep getting this element of surprise throughout the reading, this element of being shocked and just not really getting your head around it, and just constantly being like, is this my life? Which I mentioned a few times. It could be that that's because you guys have had a lot of Saturn influence in your life, and you might have a prominent Saturn in your chart, aspecting a lot of different planets or something like that. But I do feel like for a lot of you guys, you've had the hard knocks, you've had the hard lessons. And if it has felt like it's just building up and you're like, why do all these bad things happen to me? Know that it's because you're headed for this amazing payoff. And it's through these hardships that you guys are going to learn the lessons that you need to learn when the money comes in. Because a lot of you guys, it's like if you stayed in the same energy where some of you guys were so giving and so loving and so empathic and such empaths, that if you had that when you had the money, you would end up just giving it all away, letting in toxic people, not putting up boundaries where you need them. And that would be a real nightmare, because the more money you have, the more toxic people are going to be attracted to you. So you need to have even stronger boundaries when you have a lot of gifts that the world can perceive openly. And so for a lot of you guys, there's a reason why this has been delayed and why you had to learn these hard lessons, but rest assured that it's all going to pay off in the end. And I literally am seeing someone tilting their head back and just laughing so hard, like, oh my gosh, it all makes sense. Because I feel when the money comes in, you're just going to be like, oh, that's why I had to go through that. That's why that had to happen. I'm so glad that I didn't get the money at that age. I'm so glad that I got it a little bit later. And I'm so glad I went through that, because I've learned so much. And I'm literally just looking down, and it was, my clock said 1444. So, that is 4 is the energy of building a foundation. And that really is what it is about. Is you can build something overnight, but it probably isn't going to last that long. When it takes you a long time to build it, it's going to last so much longer. I'm hearing building your house on stone rather than on sand, because that's the smart way to build it. And I think, it's like, I always think of how they had that show a while ago that was like Extreme Makeover Home Edition. And the whole thing was they would build the houses in like 5 days. So they would just like erect them really quick and using like quick dry cement, I guess, or whatever other materials, and just get it up really fast. And they did like an expose later, and they found out that so many of the houses had structural issues and problems because they had just built it that quickly. And when you look at all the old houses in like very old cultures, like in Europe from like the 1400s that are still standing, they were all built really, of stone. And it was a process that took a lot of time. It took a long, long time to get these houses up and to get them to be structurally sound and all these things. So they didn't have the capability to just throw things up like they do nowadays, but they're lasting the test of time much longer than our houses will. So my point is, even though it may be frustrating when you're being kind of blocked in the moment, or it seems like you're being blocked, it's happening for a reason. And a lot of you guys are making this a very firm foundation that is supposed to have a little bit of a delay. So Spirit's telling me to throw them one more time. Oh my gosh, 10th house again, as I was saying, Capricorn, Saturn energy. Okay, and then we got Mercury, and then we got Cancer. And as I was saying, a lot of you guys are that Cancerian vibe. You're caretakers, you're very loving, But we need to move into Mercury energy a little, where Mercury can be very dispassionate, just looking at a situation and, taking it in analytically and in the mind, not in the heart. So even though maybe your heart breaks for someone and your heart goes out to them, you're going to think about the brass tacks of like, okay, but I feel bad for you, but you need to pay me, or you know what I mean? I feel bad for you, but at the same time, the work needs to get done, and not just allowing your sweet open heart to allow you to be put in a bad position by others, because some of you guys have a tendency to do that, to forgive, to forget, to be very open, to be very loving and sweet. And it is important that we do have some boundaries and learn to stand up for ourselves, because we matter too. It's not just that everyone else matters and we're just a punching bag of the universe. We matter as well. And it's really important that you guys figure that out and learn to actually put that into practice in the real world, and not make excuses for others or try to see the best in others, but allow yourself to be put in a bad way. So yeah, let's get more cards. So we got freedom. Wow, that's what you guys are really bringing in. Family reversed, blessings, prosperity, compassion, and life purpose. I wasn't intending to take this many cards, but these three flew out and I was like, okay, these resonate. And I think that the message is that, again, like I was saying, some of you guys with this family reverse, some of you guys might make decisions to move out of certain family structures. It could just be that your family has a poverty mentality that you kind of need to undo. Like they have an idea of money, that like money doesn't grow on trees, or money is really hard to make, or who do you think you are? You don't deserve that, and you have to reframe that. And maybe you can still be in touch with them, and it's not like they're mean people, but you want to like undo some of that family stuff. Or for others of you, maybe you do have a mean family. Maybe you have a family that doesn't treat you well, or scapegoated you, or treated you badly, and has, maybe hurt your self-esteem or something. And for all of you guys in this pile, I think all of us, it's just important to undo kind of the things we take in childhood, to go through and unearth it and kind of cleanse out the stuff we don't want to keep in. Even if our parents were amazing people, sometimes they can have their own unconscious beliefs. And then some parents aren't amazing people, right? Like not every parent is perfect. So wherever you fall along the lines of this, I just see you guys doing work to move yourself out of any kind of limiting beliefs about money into a very positive mentality, and being really shocked by, again, how the blessings just rain on down. You can see there's just money raining down on this woman, and she's just kind of drinking it in. And that's what you guys are going to be doing. You're going to be blown away by how the blessings, I love how in both these cards, they're showing the blessings raining down from the heavens, because that's really what it's going to feel like. You're going to be like, oh my God, where is this stuff coming from? How did I get this financial situation? Like, this is crazy. And a lot of this is aligned with you guys finding your life purpose, which I do think a lot of you guys in this pile are going to help people through your work in some way. And again, as I mentioned before, you can help people through your work in so many different ways. You don't have to be a nurse or a spiritual person or anything like that to just help people with your job. You can, make amazing, like have an amazing bakery that gives people food that makes them feel so good, or be, helping people with their taxes or something, and it saves them money, and it gives them the power to send their child to like a private school, or, because they save so much through you. There's so many different ways we help others with our work. There's not just this one career that's like the ultimate helper. All of us are interconnected and help each other, but a lot of you guys in this pile are going to be really helping, because you guys are helpers by nature. And I think this is why you need to learn the boundaries, but that compassion you guys have is going to go hand in hand with this life purpose of your career. And the main thing that you guys are bringing in and manifesting is this freedom. A lot of you guys have felt tied to a financial situation. I do think that's probably the devil card. Like, it could be a really mean boss, or it could be you were financially dependent on someone who gave you money but was really controlling your life, and you had to act a certain way, and they were really cruel about it, and they would hold money over your head, because whoever has the money, has the power. And so a lot of you guys internalize almost like this helplessness, or like, I'm never going to have money. I'm always going to be stuck. And I think God is going to have so much fun really taking you by surprise and making you realize how much power you do have, that you guys are so deserving of all the blessings in life, and that you're going to have the kind of life that you only dreamed of, that you maybe thought, oh, that can happen for someone else, but it could never happen for me. Or yeah, that happens in movies, or I see magazines about stuff like that, but that would never, I'd never be able to experience that. And I keep hearing like your guides laugh, and like they're literally chuckling because they're like, oh my God, they're going to be so surprised by this. And they can't wait to see your reaction. So yeah, you guys in this pile, your wishes are going to be coming true when it comes to money, when it comes to your bank account, it's going to be overflowing. And whatever you guys are working on, I feel this business is going to be, I think you guys are surprisingly business minded. I feel like a lot of you guys might not realize how business minded you are in this pile. You might think of yourself as very sweet and loving, and you might not realize that you're actually highly entrepreneurial. And once you get the opportunity and the chance and kind of some money to work with, I feel like the sky is the limit for you with taking like $10 and making it into 100, or taking $100 and turning it into 10,000, and so on and so forth. So you guys are really, really good at money. And I think that it's almost like you haven't had the chance to prove yourself yet, but once you do, it's going to be amazing. And you guys are going to be having a lot of fun experiences. Like I said, a fun friend group and just a really beautiful life. And if money has been tight and you've been nervous about how do I make ends meet, that energy is really going to end. And I'm really excited and happy for you guys with that, because I can tell that you guys have such a sweet, open heart, and you definitely deserve to have being paid financially for the kind of sweet work you guys do for others and have always done. So let's get a final card for pile 1 and see what wishes are coming true for pile 1. Air Spirit Knowledge, Ancient Oak Spirit Strength. What wishes are coming true for them? And we got Rainbow, Waterfall, Miracle. So what I love about that is you are manifesting and bringing in that air energy, that just not just feeling things with your heart, but thinking with your mind about, well, what's really going on here. It's important. Like, obviously, I always rely on my intuition first and foremost. But sometimes when we feel compassion for someone or empathy, we can kind of override our own boundaries. Even though you guys have this beautiful open heart and you're so giving and loving to others, it's really important that we all develop our own boundaries and that we all learn to say no and think of things fairly for everyone. I think air energy is very fair and balanced, and it tends to look at things kind of dispassionately and just based on the facts, and mentally think it over and not be swept away with like the emotion of the moment. And I think that's something some of you guys are working on, is like, yes, your heart might go out for someone, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you're looking after your business and yourself, and that someone's not taking advantage of you or preying upon those emotions, because that's how a lot of people kind of get played or scammed. It's like someone who tugs at their compassion, but it's not really real. And so a lot of you guys, because the more money you have, the more of a target you are, you're just going to need to develop this strength and these boundaries before the money comes in. So again, if it happens where you're suddenly faced with a lot of people pushing your boundaries, actually take that as confirmation that you are on the right path and that the money's probably going to come in faster. And every chance that you have to enforce a boundary in a healthy way, not saying you should suddenly create a bunch of random arbitrary boundaries just for no reason, but your healthy boundaries that you have. And maybe someone's like, oh, please, can you just stay late? Or can you do this? Or can you do this for free? The more you can be like, I actually can't, sorry, the better, because I feel like a lot of you guys, you're building up that muscle, that strength that you're going to need when you have the money. And so, yeah, you guys are going to be, I think, blown away by this and just be so surprised by the amount of blessings, the amount of money. Some of you guys in this pile are going to be millionaires or even billionaires maybe. but highly successful and having so much money, so much abundance beyond your wildest dreams, and a kind of lifestyle that you guys might have only seen in like magazines or movies, or thought, well, that could never happen to me. That might happen to that person, but not me. And yeah, a lot of people are going to be, I think, quite envious of you guys as well. You might have a popping off social media when this all happens. Maybe that's also why you guys need this strength, is like it can be difficult when people are hating on us, even if we know it's because of envy, it still stinks. So you need that inner muscle where you're like, I don't care, you can hate all day, but it doesn't bother me. But yeah, I think you guys are going to have so much to look forward to. This is an amazing energy. So excited for you guys. Pile one. So let me know how it resonates in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. So drop a comment and let me know what you think. And also make sure to like this video, hit the thumbs up button, and make sure to subscribe so you can find out next time I post. Also turn on notifications. And yeah, I also have my Patreon up where I post all different kinds of readings. So check that out. Link in my description for that. And I am sending you guys lots of love and light. I hope you all have an amazing day and take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey pile two, so if you guys picked this red donut, this is going to be your reading. So on the top, there's some red icing and then a drizzle of chocolate glaze as well. Then on the back, there's some discoloration from where the dough would have hit the hot oil, just like a real donut. I'm guessing it's probably strawberry or maybe cherry flavored, but it looks really good and it's really soft like a real donut would be. But let's get right into your tarot. So you guys got the Judgment card, Temperance, the Knight of Swords, the Star, the Sun, and the Wheel of Fortune. So wow, you guys got 5 major arcana out of 6. This is obviously going to be a really powerful wish manifestation for you guys. And I'm feeling that for a lot of you guys, this is actually finding your life purpose. And maybe you guys in this pile have been feeling very confused with what you should do or what you should have as a career. Maybe you've wanted some guidance on that. And I do feel like you guys are going to have that answer. I'm also getting a vibe that some of you guys in this pile might have been struggling with poor mental health or depression. And it feels like you guys are going to have a new lease on life and you're going to be shocked by how good your life is overall, how happy you are, and the fact that all of this happened the way it did. Almost like everything is going to fit into place, all the puzzle pieces are going to fit into place, and you're going to have the kind of life that you really only imagined you could have and you only dreamed of. There's going to be a lot of happiness and a lot of joy, and you're going to get a lot of mental clarity with this Knight of Swords. So if your thoughts have been feeling like they've been getting the better of you and just kind of taking control of you about certain things, and you've been thinking really negatively, you're going to be shocked by how much calmer you are, how much happier you are, and how much more you like your life. Know that right now, if you guys are going through a hard time, you're going through it because it's a cleansing process where you need to remove certain things. Sometimes, you know, when we're going through a hard time, it's not there to hurt us, it's there to redirect us or to let us know that something isn't for us. So instead of us embracing that, which is what we should do. If we knew what was happening, we'd probably be screaming for joy. We tend to stay very like, why is this happening? This was supposed to work out. It's kind of like someone goes to get ice cream at the ice cream store, and maybe they at the ice cream parlor, and there's a flavor that they really wanted that's out. You wouldn't just stand there crying and screaming and being like, but I wanted that butterscotch rum flavor. You'd just be like, oh, okay, I'll get mint chocolate chip then, you know, and you would expect that maybe it would taste even better. Maybe you've never had it before and it's going to be your new favorite flavor. But so many of us, we just stay so fixated on that one thing that's missing that was supposed to work out. And I can't believe it didn't happen. I can't believe I'm going to be put through this. But maybe that's just a bad situation that you're supposed to be leaving. And so for a lot of you guys, I feel like you need to know that when you guys start cleansing and taking a real honest look about the situations you're in, if it's a job you hate, if it's like, I just feel so stressed when I'm around my family, that's probably an indication that something's a little off and changes are necessary to be made. So maybe there's ways you can change the dynamic or extricate yourself from the situation and leave. If it's not working and it's causing you habitual stress, that's your signal, and there's not really a way to fix it. There's no more time really to waste thinking about, oh my God, I can't believe this. It's so awful. Why is this happening? It's so unfair. Okay, it's time to switch it up. It's time to leave, or it's time to do something about it, or resign yourself to the situation. But I do feel like you guys need to know that you're going to come out of this situation so much happier. I'm also getting financial abundance for this pile as well. So a lot of you guys are going to be in a career that you really like, that allows you to show off your talents to the world. You might even have a little bit of a public eye situation happening, but you're going to be really surprised and amazed that your life can be so good. It's like you need to go through this hardship and the difficulty, but when you're out on the other side, we have so many powerful major arcana cards that is letting you guys know that you're on the right path right now, and that the blessings you guys are going to bring in, I really do feel like a lot of this has to do with your overall mental headspace, and you're going to be in a much happier situation. If you've been dealing with a lot of misery, feeling trapped, feeling depressed or upset, you need to know that life doesn't have to be that way. You're not going to be stuck in this energy forever, that it can get better, and it will get better for you guys. And a lot of you guys, it's like there's going to be opportunities that are presented to you that you didn't even expect or think were possible. And a kind of like happy lifestyle that maybe you've always felt like, well, I've always been kind of a sad type of personality. I've always been kind of like emo, and that's just how I am. But it's like, no, you're going to be blown away to see that you are capable of such joy and happiness in your everyday life. And a lot of you guys in this pile, like you've been settling or trying to make something work that you know deep down in your core is not happy. It's not for you. It's not bringing you joy. And I feel like you need this message from Spirit that it's okay to leave this situation behind, and it's okay to think about this situation critically. I'm also getting the vibe that for some of you guys, if you're in a situation where I think sometimes we get in situations where people don't want us to perceive it accurately, right? Like I can think of the job I worked that was shady. It was like for a shady company. And I'm like a question asker type personality. I mean, I have Mercury conjunct my ascendant. So I am that person who will be like, wait, what's going on here? And I'm not trying to like catch someone out, but I'm just curious about like what's going on. And if it doesn't make sense to me, I am going to be like, well, wait a minute, so the payments go through how? And I just didn't even know I was doing anything wrong by that. But I noticed that they didn't like that. And a big thing that I noticed in sketchy situations is you're not really allowed to ask questions. And if you do, people will get mad and angry at you, and people will kind of ice you out. And so sometimes when we're in that situation, we start like blaming ourselves, and we start being like, oh, well, I just shouldn't have asked. I'm not going to ask any questions. I'm not going to mention that I'm really unhappy and that this is unfair. So we kind of shut that side of ourselves down. People do that a lot in dysfunctional families. Like in order to stay in the family structure and have everything be copacetic, they just learn to accept that like dad drinks too much and mom's kind of flies off the handle and gets really angry and starts screaming and I'm just going to pretend like that's normal. But if it's not normal, and if you're feeling it in your nervous system and it's stressing you out, giving you anxiety, making you feel depressed, making you feel upset all the time, it might be time to reevaluate how much you want to invest of yourself in that situation, how much you want to tolerate, and how much you want to be around that. And if you choose to lessen your involvement with it, that's okay. Or you choose to change how you interact, where you're not going to be as emotionally invested, and maybe you'll still call people, but you're not going to be pouring your heart out to them anymore. That's okay. It's okay for you guys to choose. But I do feel like you're getting so much growth through this journey and so much abundance. I'm being told to spin the Aphrodite, so that's what I'm going to do. So we got Capricorn, 10th house, Jupiter. Okay, you guys really might have felt drawn to pile one. If you did feel drawn to it, then you can definitely watch that. But we do have the energy of career coming out. And I think what's interesting with Capricorn, it's ruled by Saturn, so is the 10th house. And that is a planet of hardships. That's a planet of difficulty. And yet it also confers major blessings. And it's the career house. So why is that? It's because we gain status and power and strength through going through hardship. Just the way you go to the gym, you don't just pick up like a feather and start lifting it and expect to grow your muscles. You have to pick up those hard weights, the difficulty, the pain of feeling your muscles grow. That is a part of becoming strong. And if you want to become strong, you kind of have to go through that stuff. So a lot of you guys, you're going through it right now, and it might be really difficult, but know that it is going to pay off. And I really do get that a lot of you guys, this blessing is in the form of finding your career, finding what your purpose is, finding your destiny, feeling like you guys are serving something greater. A lot of you guys in this pile, you might have felt confused with like, what am I going to do in life? How do I do it? What am I supposed to put out there? And what's my purpose and all this stuff? And I feel like you should know that you're going down the path and it is going to be revealed to you at the right moment. It is going to appear to you when you need it. So don't stress too much about like, I need to figure it out now. I feel like one of my favorite quotes from Oprah is, well, the name of her book is The Path Appears. And that has been very consistent for my life, where you don't really know what you're doing. You kind of intuitively sense where you should go. And then suddenly you're like, oh, that all makes sense. Oh, everything leads to this and then that. And I feel like a lot of you guys are in that journey right now. And maybe you're in the kind of midst of the thicket, so to speak, of the woods, or like you're deep in the woods and you're like, where am I going? I'm lost. But you're on this path, this sacred path. And I feel like you're going to realize that. And you're going to feel very fulfilled with what you guys are doing, because for a lot of you guys, this is about sharing some kind of a gift with others, really allowing others to grow from your work, like putting the kind of pain you've been through out there in a way. I'm not saying you guys will be talking about it in your work, but there's something about the hardships you guys have been through that's going to be presented through your work. Some of you guys are into art, I'm getting, and there's something about you sharing that with everyone and people being inspired by your work, by your art, by the things you guys do. And with Jupiter, that is luck and that is blessings. And we also got the Wheel of Fortune, which is related to that. So for a lot of you guys, you are going to have an incredibly lucky period, even though it might not seem like that right now, even though it might not seem like that could possibly happen, because maybe you guys have been going through it for a minute and you're just like, well, no, everyone else is lucky, not me. No, that you're going to realize that that is different. You guys are going to be blessed, and it could be with money, because I'm really getting that vibe that like a lot of you guys might be being blessed financially once this all kind of comes to its conclusion. Let me get some more cards. So we got time for a nap, not for you, regeneration, and breathe. So a lot of these cards to me are bringing up kind of, again, how we grow through hardship with regeneration, and also the need for self-care and the need to kind of calm down and be easy on yourself. I feel like some of you guys, you've had family members or family who've been really harsh on you and really tough on you, and might have told you that like, might have put a negative mentality on you or given you negativity towards yourself. And I just feel like you need to start speaking very positively towards yourself and start claiming kind of this positive attitude of like, everything works out for me, instead of saying, everything is negative or I'm not good enough. I feel like a lot of you guys need to really reframe how you speak about yourself to like, I'm amazing, I'm gorgeous, instead of looking in the mirror and saying like, oh my gosh, my pimples, or I just look so bad or something. Looking in the mirror and saying, wow, I look really beautiful today. Wow, my eyes look so big today. Or like, my lips look absolutely gorgeous. The shape of them is so beautiful. I love the color. Or wow, I'm having an amazing hair day. Whatever it is, whatever you guys can find, giving yourself that self-love. A lot of you guys might have got into a negative mentality for some reason of like, I'm not good enough at some point. And I really just feel like a major blessing and a wish coming true for you guys is a better mental headspace and seeing things with positivity and really enjoying your life and being very optimistic. And some of you guys can choose to make that shift like immediately yourself. Like you can choose to do that. You can choose to go easy on yourself and to understand that if something isn't for you, it's a blessing. Some of you guys are literally being blessed by losing out on an opportunity right now. Like, there's something you guys have been really wanting to work out and it's not going to happen. And when it doesn't happen, you need to know that that was God's protection and that Spirit is looking after you. That is not a punishment. It is not a bad thing. And if you could know and understand everything that's happening, you would be feeling so blessed. I always think of these stories you'll hear sometimes of like a bridge collapsing or something like that. And you think that there must have been a bunch of cars that drove over that bridge or under that bridge right before it collapsed, maybe a minute before it collapsed, that probably never even knew it happened, right? Never even heard of it, or were like 10 minutes behind. And maybe, we're just like, oh God, why is there so much traffic? Oh God, nothing works out for me. Now I'm stuck in traffic, And really, it might have been there. They might have been like, no, I'm already 10 minutes late. My coffee maker randomly wouldn't work and I couldn't make coffee this morning and that made me 10 minutes late. And now I'm freaking hitting traffic too. This is horrible. And probably just grumble about it and go off to work and never know that actually Spirit was divinely breaking their coffee machine and divinely getting them stuck in that traffic because they were supposed to miss out on the bridge collapse, stuff like that. Like people probably never even consider it. There's probably so many millions of times that Spirit has intervened in our lives that we are not even aware of what Spirit is doing. We never even get that confirmation of how powerfully we are being protected by Spirit. So if you guys have had something not work out, or if you're wanting something to work out and you get a negative message about it, or like, oh, I don't think it's going to happen, know that that is God's blessing. It is a blessing and protection over you. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And so take it easy and relax a little bit. If you guys knew that everything was going to work out for you, you would stop stressing and knowing that all things work to our greatest and highest good, even the bad things, even the hardships. When I look back at all the hardest things I went through in my life, I'm so grateful because all those things I grew from so immensely. And it was just like in the gym, you grow the most muscle from those days when, you're doing the squat machine a lot. And then the next day you can barely walk and you're like, oh my God, I'm in so much pain. But that's when you grow those muscles, right? It's not the day when you just go in and kind of walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes and then, just chat with one of your friends, run into them at the gym. And then, I don't know, maybe do a couple really light, arm routines and then you leave. It's those days when you are sweating, you are in a little bit of pain. That's when we grow muscle. And I know for me, all the things in my life that I've grown the most from have been those things that cause me hardship. So a lot of you guys are in a growth period right now that you are going to come out of and going to be so happy. Like you're going to be like, I literally, could throw confetti up in the air and get balloons and streamers and everything, because if you could really realize what God was doing, you would be so overjoyed. Let me get more cards. So we got talent, trust, career, and financial health. So again, your career is a major thing that you guys are getting blessings on, and your wishes are going to be fulfilled with that. You guys are going to find a career. Some of you guys, maybe this is a career delay, or you haven't been able to manifest the right career for a while and you're wondering what it is, or you're wondering when you're going to find your purpose or your destiny, and you're feeling kind of lackluster. And if it is being delayed, again, no, it's for a reason. There might be more life experiences you have to gather that you will use in your work. But for a lot of you guys, you're going to have a really amazing career. And if you have artistic talents, I do see you using those artistic talents out in the world and sharing them with the world and really blessing so many people with them, and having a little bit of a public profile with them. So having people consume them on a widespread basis. And you just need to know that it's going to be okay. You're going to have the kind of life you want. I'm seeing some of you guys, I just saw a cottage in my mind. And I feel like some of you guys are going to have a really beautiful house. You're going to have a gorgeous house that you really love and that you feel very peaceful in, because a lot of you guys haven't had peace in your life. You might have had a tumultuous life or stress or drama, but you guys are going to manifest a beautiful house, a beautiful home. And I feel like some of you guys, you have an activated nervous system or something. I keep seeing someone's like heart beating really fast, or just stress hormones, high levels of cortisol or something like that. And you need to know that your next era is going to be a lot calmer. And I'm almost seeing some of you guys be in shock because maybe you grew up in a very crazy household where like your parents were always fighting, or you grew up in a crazy neighborhood where there was a lot of crime and you always felt nervous walking outside, or there was so much noise all the time and you were always just, you couldn't really relax. And what you guys are going to have in the future is a very peaceful life, a very peaceful setting, and feeling really at ease, feeling really relaxed, feeling like you can just take it easy and not be stressing and not be nervous and not be worried. So yeah, a lot of you guys, you never thought this was going to be possible, but you're going to have a relaxed, easy life, and you just have to trust the process. I want to spin the astro dice one more time. So we got Mars, we got Libra, and we got the 7th house, and these two relate. So that's interesting. 7th house and Libra can relate to relationships. Libra can also relate to fairness. It's also an air sign and justice. So I feel like some of you guys, again, this is like a mental thing. Maybe what you guys have been in Mars energy and now you're switching over into Libra energy. Mars energy is very like having to fight all the time and having to like be really tough and aggressive and like go for things. And Libra is a lot more chill and is ruled by Venus, so the kind of the opposite of Mars. So for a lot of you guys, this is about calming yourself down, getting yourself to do things you love. I just saw the image of a cup of tea in my mind. Some of you guys need to like get into a ritual of having like a cup of tea, or maybe you already do that, but I think for a lot of you guys, this is about like chilling out a little, relaxing. And I think when you do that, you're going to be surprised that you have overall blessings come into your life and flow into your life because you are in a positive mental space, because you guys are telling yourself that everything's going to be okay. Everything works out for me. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. Wow. I can't believe God is surprising me every day with more blessings. I can't wait to see how God surprises me next. And getting into that positive mentality rather than expecting the worst or thinking you have to fight through, I think is going to lead to overall blessings for you guys. So you just need to trust this little process you're going through. So let's get some final cards for pile 2, Spirit. Can you get us some final cards? What is pile 2? What wishes of pile 2 are going to come true? We got Butterfly Spirit, Transformation, Wolf Spirit, Family. What wishes are going to come true for pile 2? Storm Spirit, Chaos, Reversed. And Spirit Guardian of Winter, Retreat, Upright. I think that's about it, but I'll see if there's one more card that wants to come out. Spirit Guardian of Summer, Expansion, and Frog Spirit, Renewal. So it's like you guys are going from this really chaotic energy that might have to do with family, like I said, or family, roots, family ingrained beliefs. Not all families are bad, but sometimes they have different mentalities, different ideas, their own limiting beliefs about things, their own ideas of what is normal, and maybe they grew up in a fighting family, arguing family all the time, and they think that's just how families are. But it can cause a lot of stress for people who have to grow up in that. And a lot of you guys are just moving out from that into such a peaceful vibe. And you guys are going to, I think, feel very renewed by this and feel very rejuvenated and feel almost like you're young again. Like almost like you had a new lease on life because you have been through hardship or you have been through difficulty or stress with whatever your current situation is. So that this new change, this new revitalization of you is going to feel like you just got, a hit of like adrenaline or a new source of energy. Like you just slept for like 18 hours and you finally woke up and you're just like, oh my gosh, I feel so perfect. I feel everything on point. For some of you guys, this is even a health blessing. This is having your health rejuvenated in some way. And that getting put back on track. But yeah, you guys are going to feel like, I didn't know life could be that good. Like you're almost going to move from this winter energy into summer energy. Like, wow, gosh, I can't believe that, like imagine if you went from the middle of winter into summer, you'd be so shocked. Like whenever people, maybe they live in like New York or in Wisconsin and it's really cold and then they come down to like Florida for the weekend, they appreciate it so much more than, just if they went waited for like a July day in Wisconsin or New York, as lovely as those times of year are and so green and beautiful, by that point, you've already been through spring, you've already been through like the slow warming up period. So you don't really take it seriously. You don't really notice like, oh, it's so green and it's so warm and oh my God. You're just like, oh, well, it's July, so of course. But take that same person and take them directly from like a cold winter day into the warmness of like Florida. They're going to be like, this is absolutely amazing. This is a dream. How can this be real? I can't believe I get to wear a little mini dress outside in the middle of January, you know? So partially, I feel like a lot of you guys, it's that perspective because you guys have been through some hardships. Once you get into this positive energy, which I feel like you guys should know, you can access this energy at any point already now. You don't have to wait for it to happen to you because you can already go into it right now with all the blessings and stuff that you're bringing in by just coming into a positive mind state where you expect the best, where you know you deserve the best and you assume that the best is happening for you. But I feel like once you change into that positivity, a lot of you guys are going to be so blown away because you have known what the hardship is like and you just distinctly remember it. And so it's going to feel like a crazy change from the middle of winter into the heat of the depth of summer. And a lot of you guys are going to be so, so happy and overjoyed with your overall life and finding this talent and getting your brain and mind into a much better state. So yeah, I hope it resonated, pile 2. Let me know if it did in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. So let me know your thoughts and make sure to hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed as well and have notifications on so you can find out as soon as I post. And if you want to check out additional readings from me, check out my Patreon. I post all kinds of readings over there all the time. So definitely check that out. Link in my description for that. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I'll be back very soon for another reading. So I will see you guys then. Bye. Hey, pile 3, so if you guys pick this chocolate donut, this is going to be your reading. So on the top, there's these little chocolate crumbles. It could be sprinkles or like a chocolate coconut thing, but it looks super, super good. On the back, there's some discoloration from where the donut would have been in the oil and being fried. And then on the side, it's a little more raw. So it looks very realistic, just like a real donut, nice and soft and squishy and just absolutely delicious looking. But let's get right into your tarot. So you guys got the Lovers, 5 of Swords, 7 of Wands, the Hermit, 2 of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. So you guys are getting your wishes fulfilled in the form of a soulmate or major relationship. I feel like for most of you guys in this pile, this is going to be a romantic relationship with a soulmate, someone that you find extremely attractive and beautiful and might have even tried to manifest. I'm hearing that if you did try to manifest this person and maybe wrote down specific characteristics, like they are going to have everything on that list. They're going to have every item, period, nothing missing. For others of you, it might be if you're already in a romantic relationship, it could be like a very close business partner or a friend that's so close that they feel like a sister or a brother. But for a lot of you guys, I do think this is going to be romantic. And there is a message for some of you guys, not everyone, that this could be an ex. Or if it's not an ex, there would be a period of you being alone during which you go through a lot of growth. And that's a part of your journey to reaching them because you guys are really gaining a lot of skills. And so by the time you get them, you're going to feel like a prize yourself. And also they feel like a prize. Like honestly, a lot of you guys are coming off as pretty smug in this reading in a good way of like, I can't believe I got them. Or like, heck yeah, that's my boyfriend. That's my man. Or like, that's my wife. Oh yeah, she's mine. Because it does feel like there's a lot of competition for this person and a lot of people have their eye on them and will want to be with them. So there's kind of like a little self-growth you guys are going through right now to kind of reach that level where you can maintain this relationship and have good relationship coping skills. Because with the 5 of Swords, it could be that at times there was energies where maybe you weren't so good at handling conflict, or you would get like argumentative, or you wouldn't know how to deal with it if they were argumentative. But by the time you guys join together and actually meet, you're going to be really good at handling arguments and knowing what to say and being able to manage that. But I do feel like for a lot of you guys, if this is an ex, then there might have been fighting, there may have been some conflict. These are two kind of conflict cards. And maybe you were like, we need to break up. I'm going to be alone. I'm going to go in hermit mode for a while. But by the time you guys reunite, it's like both of you have more of an appreciation of things. Both of you guys have learned to work through each of your individual kind of issues and know how to have that conflict resolution. But either way, whether you think it's an ex or a new person, I do feel like a lot of you guys have been growing through this period of being alone or through times when you're not with them, because it's like every day you're learning more about yourself. Every day you're learning to assert yourself. And almost like by the time you unite with this person, like if you had met them earlier, you might not have had the confidence to maintain this relationship. It might have psyched you out. Like, oh my God, how can I be with this person? They're so attractive, or they have so much going on for themselves. Maybe they're really financially successful, or whatever. Like, just a lot of you guys would have been kind of like, I don't know how to deal with this. This person's too good to be true. And so by the time they come into your life, you're going to have a lot more confidence. You're going to know how to handle yourself. You're already going to have like a lot of good things in your life. So it doesn't get in your mind and freak you out and make you start questioning yourself or thinking like, oh my God, they're going to break up with me. This is too good to be true. And getting into your head like that, you're going to be a lot calmer and able to maintain it. So for a lot of you guys, this is a soulmate where you guys get along. And again, conflict resolution is a big thing. So it's almost like you're able to have positive discussions about things that go wrong. Sometimes with these soulmate kind of relationships, the emotions are so potent that you might end up disagreeing, or even if it's a small disagreement and you don't disagree a lot, it can feel big because you care so much about their opinion. You respect them more than anyone else. So when they're like, oh, I kind of thought, yeah, the meatloaf you made was good, it was a little dry, you're going to take that as if they like insulted your entire family line, and you're going to be so upset because you take their opinion so personally. So I feel like, again, one thing that's coming through with this future relationship is you guys are really good at talking things out and disagreeing and coming back together. And like, just both of you guys are strong and have your own identities. Both of you guys are very attractive and kind of like tens in your own way. Like, both of you guys are desirable on the dating market. Both of you guys bring a lot of stuff to the table. So both of you also kind of probably really want this relationship to work like equally. No one is just like putting up with the other person's bad behavior. Both of you guys are like, hey, listen, I have a lot of options, so you better act right. And so both of you guys kind of give this mutual respect. You both know that about each other. So you guys are both bringing your A game to this relationship and truly treating the other with a lot of respect. And there is this reunion energy. It could be from past lifetimes, or it could be that you guys, yeah, you had kind of soul ties, but it does feel like a reunion on a very deep level. And something that's sticking out to me is this round table card. And so I feel like you guys might like sit down at the table together and have really intense discussions and be able to talk a mile a minute with each other and like never run out of things to say. It's always interesting. It's always kind of fun hearing what the other person thinks about a certain situation, because they are smart, they are interesting, they're not a bore. So you guys just, I feel like you vibe a lot, and you carry these maybe past life interactions or soul kind of tie interactions where it's almost like you don't even need to speak too much. You guys just can read each other's minds and just vibe. Like, just being around them, being in their energy field feels so good. And there might even be an element of like a little bit of banter, a little bit of like arguments, but not in a bad way. Like, just kind of like, you guys both, again, by the time you guys come together, you're both like tens. I keep getting that. So it's almost like usually you might have the upper hand in the relationship and they might have the upper hand in the relationship. And at first you guys are both kind of figuring out like, wait a minute, this person isn't just willing to do whatever I say. But then you kind of like that. It's kind of exciting. It's like, oh, I met my match. Okay, this person actually is kind of keeping me on my toes, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm glad that I have such a dynamic partner that so many people would love to date, so many people would love to be with. Also, they're very physically attractive and you guys are very attracted to them. I am seeing dark hair. So, and we did get the chocolate donut, which is like a dark color. So maybe they have brown chocolate colored hair. I don't know, but I am seeing kind of darker hair with them. And I feel like they're just very attractive. And you guys find them to be very like passionate. When they care, they really care. So it's like also that's a big kind of feeling for you where you know they chose you because they care so strongly about things. Like they're not someone who's like wishy-washy into one thing one moment and then into something else in another moment. Like when they are in it, they are in it. They would not just want to waste their time in a situation where they kind of felt halfway. Like they're kind of picky. And so you know that because they chose you, that like they truly, it's a compliment. So anyway, let's get more cards. So we got soulmates, serendipity, clean it up, new life, and imagine. And I really just keep getting that some of you guys have written down like a vision board or a list of the things you want in your future spouse, and you're going to get all of it. All those things are going to be checked off. Some of you guys have already seen this person in your dreams or have a connection in your dreams or on the astral plane, and you've already communicated with them up there. I do feel like by the time they come in, a lot of you guys are going to be involved in a really beautiful life. Like you're already going to be happy with how your life is going. I don't sense them coming in at a time when you're just feeling really low and everything's really bad and you're kind of just feeling low self-esteem or something, even though of course every time in life has its purpose and its seasons. And I'm not saying like, you know, that time is a bad time to be in because there's so much growth that happens, but I'm just sensing that timing wise, they're going to come in later once you guys have kind of ascended from that energy and are in a really positive place. That's when you guys will be an energetic match, because keep in mind, this person is kind of a go-getter, achiever, very driven, and very positive energy overall. So I just feel like you're more of an energetic match at that point when you're back to feeling your best self and you're feeling really good and you're vibrant. You might be living a lifestyle where you're like going out a lot, having a lot of friends, doing a lot of things, and that's when they will come into your life. And they will come in a way that just seems like kind of random. Like I wouldn't say they come in on like a dating app, or that they come in you know, where you went to like a matchmaker. I mean, it could be. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But I really feel like for a lot of you guys, this would be a random meeting, like meeting someone in a coffee shop, or, you know, you both reach for the same cup of coffee because someone got confused and bump hands. And then there's like, wait, was this yours? And it's like you shouldn't meet, you know, there's some random situation that had to happen to bring you guys together. And I do feel like that spirit bringing you together, or you randomly get assigned to like the same team as them on like a business meeting, and you weren't supposed to even be in that meeting, but you're there and they're like, oh, you guys pair up, you know, or something like that, where you're not expecting it and it is a surprise. And I do feel like you guys are going to be very happy. If you want kids, you guys are definitely going to have kids with this person. You're definitely going to have, I'm also seeing dogs, little puppies. So I don't know if you guys want dogs as well, but if you do, you will have like that kind of typical busy family. Like I feel like your children are going to be very vibrant as well, and like constantly wanting to do activities, maybe some fire sign energy children where they're always off doing something. They always have a million things on their schedule. But it definitely feels like you guys are kind of going to have your hands full and a very vibrant and full life with each other. And it's never going to be a dull moment. You guys are never going to be getting bored. So let me spin the Astro Dice and see what the Astro Dice have to say about pile 3. What wishes are coming true for pile 3? So we got the nodes, which talks about destiny. We got the North Node, Aquarius, and the 12th house. So Aquarius is a very random energy. And by that I mean it's ruled by Uranus, which is the planet of sudden changes and unexpected surprises. So again, what I was saying, where I don't necessarily feel like you guys planned this or you're expecting this, I feel like it does come in pretty randomly randomly and unexpectedly, and you guys are kind of a little bit surprised by it. Like you weren't expecting it. You weren't looking out for it. You were just kind of minding your business when it comes in. But since it's a destiny, it is a North Node moment. And also the nodes can talk about the South Node, aka your last lifetime, your past lives. And so you guys might have had that connection in past lives and scribbled out that soul contract that you're going to meet up again in this lifetime, because it feels like you have an instant closeness, instant chemistry, maybe first love type of relationship, like love at first sight, where when you see each other, you immediately are drawn to them. Like you do bump hands when you're grabbing that coffee at the same time, but instead of just being like, oh, sorry, anyway, all right, bye, you're like, oh, hi, oh, hey, well, oh, I guess you can have it. And then they're doing the same, and you guys want to just talk to each other, even though you could have just been like, oh yeah, you take that one, sorry, it was my mistake, and just left. You choose to kind of like keep the conversation going. So I feel like you guys really feel this pull to each other on such a deep soul level. And that is the 12th house as well. That's 12th house is intuition. It is kind of our connection to the other side to a certain extent. So I feel like you guys see each other in dreams and intuitions, and there's a kind of unspoken, like I said, you don't need to like talk a lot. I feel like you guys do like to talk, and when you do talk, the conversation is never dull. It's always interesting. But I also feel like you have this hidden unspoken connection to each other where it's very deep. And there's something about this relationship that's really going to cause you guys also to glow up. If this was a past relationship, maybe it was with a soulmate that came into your life to maybe teach you a lot of things. And that's why you're not together at the current moment, if this is a past relationship. If it's not, then don't worry about it. But I feel like you grow through so much through this relationship. Like there's so much to be gained from the connection you have. This person teaches you a lot. It really transforms you in a way to experience this kind of deep, transformative, passionate level of love that a lot of people only dream about or wish they could experience or see in fairy tales. You guys get to actually live it, and you're not the same person coming out of it, you know? It makes you feel very different. Let me get some more astro dice again. Let's spin them one more time. What wishes are coming true for pile 3? That was funny. That bounced off that. So Aquarius again. Oh my gosh. And Uranus. This is so funny. And the second house. So really a lot of strong Uranus, crazy energy. Maybe they are an Aquarius, or maybe you have Aquarius placements. I don't know why that Aquarius wants to come through so bad. So yeah, if this is an Aquarius, then you can definitely take that as confirmation. That might be their sign, or it might be your sign as well. And then we also have the second house. So that house is all about, well, a few things, but one of those things is partnerships, relationships, but it's also really, really a house about earned wealth and earned income. And this is where I say that, and it's ruled by Taurus, which is a love Venus energy, but it's also about earned income. And I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to, again, have your own kind of status, your own position, your own financial good situation by the time this person enters your life. So maybe you guys have had to work through these things and had to build your own income, or they have a lot of financial success of their own. But second house is generally your own earned income. So maybe they help you start a business or give you money to start a business, but there's something here with you guys having your own wealth through this connection or before this connection comes in. I'm getting for a lot of you guys, this would be something you would build before you meet them, and it kind of plays a role again because I feel like you have such a high status by the time they come in that they kind of have to act right and they're like on their best behavior. I'm gonna spin these again because we get it with Aquarius spirit. So what are the other energies? Scorpio and Mercury. So again, like I said, the communication is on point in this connection. I feel like you guys just have the best conversations. Like people could listen to you guys talk. The conversation probably moves a mile a minute. It's just like always something interesting to say, always very fast paced. And then we have Scorpio as well. Scorpio is a very deep energy. So it's all about, and mentioning also the signs that Scorpio rules that Mercury rules, it would be Gemini or Virgo. So right now, the energies that have come up a lot is obviously Aquarius. Then we have Taurus. Then we have Gemini and Virgo and Scorpio. I can't remember the other energy from the first sign, but maybe it'll come back to me at a certain point. But anyway, from the first card roll. But anyway, so with Scorpio, that is very much a soul connection. It does have to do with past life stuff and kind of karma and stuff like that. And that Scorpio love is like a very deep level of love. It can be a little possessive. It can be a little like fixated on the person, almost like I don't want anyone else, I only want them. But I feel like, again, by the time, so that might be why we got the Five of Swords coming out. It might be that you guys have this kind of tempestuous love connection where like you are just so passionate about each other that, again, like I said, a small disagreement about like, wait, you don't want to try this milkshake I made you, ends up like the person is so devastated, they're so upset because they have this scorpionic love where they just put the other person on such a pedestal, which we can see here as well. But they just see this person as so beautiful that it's like anything they disagree with, they take that very personally. They're like, oh my God, I'm not good enough for them, they're leaving me. But yeah, this is a very deep depth of connection type of relationship, and you guys feel like you connect so deeply to each other that that I think that it can be very actually healing for you to have someone see you in this way and to appreciate you this much and to truly love you to the depth and to the level that they love you. It feels like they show you so much love. And I just remembered the last sign we got is Pisces, because we got the 12th house. So I think that's all the bases covered. So major Aquarius, then we got Pisces, Taurus, Gemini, Virgo, and Scorpio are the energies coming through. So that might have been some of your signs. If you were in a relationship with this person in the past, take that as confirmation. And if not, someone with these kinds of energies across their chart. And if not, it could be definitely future energy. So we got new beginnings, justice, forgiveness, transformation, and grieving. So again, a lot of this past relationship type energy. Again, and you know what I just got is that Uranus keeps coming up as unexpected. And if this is an ex that you're like, oh, there's no way, actually, there's no way, please, they're not coming back, I will not take them back, you might be surprised. Never say never. You might get that text, and instead of them being rude or weird in the text or just hitting you up for like a one-night stand, they are, you know, pouring out their heart and offering an apology and being so deep about it that you're like, okay, I guess I'll meet up. And then you're surprised that they've changed and they've grown. So never say never, because I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to be surprised by this, but it also could be a brand new connection. And keep in mind, we have free will. So if we really are like, no, I am done with this person, your guides and your spirit guides and your team, angels, everyone on the other side will also listen to you and of course take that into account. So it's totally okay to be like, no, then they will accept that and they will try to bring you what you want. This is where I am getting like the vision board thing. So maybe that's a good idea for some of you guys. If you're like, no exes for me, he keeps coming back into all my readings, then maybe make a vision board for what you do want in the future and really focus on that, because there is some energy of an ex. We got forgiveness, we got grieving, we got new beginnings, transformation. So it might be that if they come back, it is not like before. It is transformed. It's a new, fresh start for you guys. But it also could be a new beginning with someone brand new. Maybe for a while you were just grieving the loss of an ex and you were like, I'm just never going to find love again. Oh my gosh, I missed out. That was the love of a lifetime. I'm never going to have another love like that. And love, I always say spirit likes to surprise us. That's true in my experience. Spirit loves a surprise. So I feel like if you guys do think that like, that's it, it's over, we didn't end up together and it's done, then you will be surprised that maybe spirit is like, you're not done dating yet. Actually, I have someone brand new and you might think you're gonna be alone for life, but no, not on my watch. So yeah, honestly, it feels like there's some kind of confirmation here where maybe you guys did feel like you were going to be relegated to being alone forever, or you did feel like you weren't good enough for a relationship on some level, but there's some kind of confirmation and almost like karmic justice coming through to pay you back triple or double from what was taken from you. So a lot of you guys are going to be, again, just really surprised. Like, I got this person. Wait, me? I got them. They want to date me. This person could have all these options and they choose me. Not that you feel bad about yourself. Not that you guys have low self-esteem. I just feel like this person is so like attractive and on such a pedestal that like almost anyone would be in shock. Everyone would be like, wow, they want to date me, okay? Because they just are that much of a get. So let me shuffle some final cards for you guys. So we got Spirit, what wishes are coming true for pile 3. Okay, so we got Pegasus, Transcending, Owl Spirit, Wisdom, Spirit Guardian of Spring, Activation, Rainbow, Waterfall, Miracles. What blessings are coming in and wishes coming true? Daffodil Fairy, New Beginnings, Spirit Guardian of Autumn, Letting Go. That's an interesting one because that, if you guys were like, oh God, not another X reading, we do have Letting Go. So it might be that I feel like some of you guys, maybe you've been hung up on an ex and this is a message that you can bring in someone new. So take what resonates and leave the rest. But I feel like for some of you guys, if you had an ex who treated you really badly, where there was stupid argumentation and like miscommunication and maybe a weird element of competitiveness as well, and you were just like really hung up on them and kind of didn't get closure from that relationship, that you're kind of going to be vindicated by this. There's a strong energy of vindication throughout this reading and of overcoming and kind of like coming out on the other side fresh as a daisy and looking like everyone's in shock. Like, I can't believe this person went through this, but they got that. Or I can't believe this person went through that kind of heartbreak, but they're with him. He's so hot. Something like that. Like people just being in awe of how you guys transcended through this situation and picked yourself back up and got through it and didn't let it get you down. It's really pretty beautiful, to be honest. And I feel like your life with this person, it's going to be very joyful, very happy. They might have a lot of money. You guys might have a lot of money together combined because we do get that second house energy. And I'm just keep getting that like you're both going to have a lifestyle that's kind of like high end and both of you guys accomplishing a lot of stuff. Both of you guys feel accomplished. Like you might look back in the past and be like, I paid attention to that guy. That was my ex and I was hung up on him. And now I'm with this person and like, oh my God, talk about an upgrade. So yeah, it feels like you guys just feel so, like I said, a little bit smug during this reading, not in a bad way, but just kind of like, heck yeah, I got them. They're with me. And it does feel like just an accomplishment or just so many people would love to be with this person. So many people would love to have this kind of relationship and this kind of life. And I feel like there was some kind of people in the past who either didn't want to see you succeed or doubted that you could get this kind of relationship or thought that like, because you came out of this old relationship, you were always going to be done for. Like, oh, they had their heart broken and they always date bums. So they're never going to be with anyone. And I just feel like you guys really prove and like surprise everyone in a really fun way. And yeah, it would be great if you could put like a candid camera on all these people and then film their reaction as you tell them about this new partner. Cause I feel like they're just going to be like, they got what? They got who? They're going to be a little bit jealous. These haters are not going to be feeling satisfied anytime soon with this relationship. So yeah, you guys are bringing in a beautiful soulmate relationship, a beautiful marriage or partnership, and it's going to be a really great life you guys have together. I love this. It's very invigorated type energy with each other. I feel like both of you guys like turn each other on and just excite each other. And there's a fun, playful energy in this pile. So I really love it. Actually, it kind of gave me the shot of energy I needed as I get through these readings. So thank you, pile 3, for letting me tune into the energy. Let me know how it resonated. I love hearing from you guys in the comments. So let me know your thoughts. And if it did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, and make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on so you can find out as soon as I post. And if you want to see more of my readings, definitely check out my Patreon. Link is in my description for that. And you can see a ton of additional readings over there. I post new ones all the time. So, and I'll be back soon over here as well too. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed. But both of those here and my Patreon are the places to find my readings. So yeah, I will see you guys very soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey pile 4, so if you guys picked this blue donut, this is going to be your reading. So on the top, there's a delicious looking blue glaze. It could be blueberry flavored, maybe blackberry flavored, but definitely some kind of berry, and really fun, festive, multicolored sprinkles. And then on the back, there's some discoloration from where it would have been in the fryer and in the oil. On the side, it's a little raw, so it just looks like a real donut with all the details, and it's nice and soft, just like a donut would be. But let's get right into your cards. So you guys got the Nine of Cups, Justice, Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the 10 of Cups. So wow, you guys are manifesting an emotionally fulfilled, beautiful life surrounded by people who really love you. Relationships is a main theme for you guys. I feel like you guys would have a very tight-knit community, good friends, possibly having your own family. If that's something you guys want, then you'll definitely get that wish granted and have like a very close family around you. If you want to be a mom or a dad, you guys are going to get that. If you want a lot of kids, you're going to get that. But I really feel like the relationships are the number one thing you guys are bringing in, and just overall happiness and fulfillment, because the 9 and 10 of Cups are coming through, and those cards really are about emotional fulfillment, cup fulfillment. Of course, we all want like the 10 of Pentacles energy. We want to have some financial fulfillment, but usually when we think about our motivations, what it really comes down to deep down, it's not, the money is like a conduit or a way for us to get the happiness, and we think we'll be happier when we get the money, but we can see that's not always the case. And for you guys, you're going to feel truly happy and blissful and joyful, and I think so much of this is about relationships. I just saw you guys going to like meet your friends at like a little cafe and feeling really fulfilled with that and feeling really joyful. Something about where you guys live. For some of you guys, this could be a move. If you guys have wanted a move, you're going to get that wish granted, and you're going to live somewhere you really love. And I feel like partially this has to do with the community around you guys, maybe being surrounded by people who you just get along with, you vibe with. They don't misunderstand you. They get you. They know where you're coming from. They assume the best with you. So for some of you guys, if you've been going through this 9 of Swords energy and it's been a hard time, you are going to get this justice. There is an element of karma here as well. Maybe you guys have been mistreated by people. People have been secretly haters, pretended to be your friends, or have just not been nice to you and have been mistreating you. But rest assured, you guys are going to get this justice, and it's really going to come in the form of you having those kinds of relationships that you probably only dreamed of or really wanted, being surrounded by friends, feeling good, like putting your head on the pillow at the end of the night and being like, oh, that was an amazing day. I'm so lucky. I love my life. Being surrounded by people who you can really talk to and have those deep conversations with. This might be a really wide friend circle or a really vibrant family that just fills your emotional cup up very much. But you guys feel like you're just having an overall beautiful, blessed life, emotionally feeling really fulfilled, and honestly having a lot of fun. So going out and doing things you enjoy, not just kind of like, I'm happy, but it's just because I'm zenned out sitting on my pillow meditating alone all day. But like, you're really out there experiencing the world, enjoying things, trying new things, traveling different places, maybe trying new restaurants and exploring new foods and that kind of a thing. There's a really strong energy of you guys just enjoying life and taking pleasure in like the daily tiny little things, those little tiny delights. Like I'm seeing someone, you know how like in places in Europe, they'll have like aperitivo, in Italy, or they'll have like little tiny bites just before dinner with like a drink, and just for the sake of like the pleasure of it. You know, there's not like some huge purpose to it. It's just like, this is a beautiful way to live my life. I'm just going to have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And it forms this kind of lovely routine. I feel like you guys might have something like that, like some kind of routine that you just really love, that brings you so much joy and happiness. I just saw someone doing embroidery or like needlepoint. I don't know if some of you guys do that, but maybe it could be an artistic hobby as well, because cups can be kind of creative, artistic activities. So it might be like painting, needlework, writing, something you really enjoy. You guys have to be a very creative pile. I just keep feeling that. Possibly a lot of water energy in this pile as well. And kind of like I feel like your natural state in this pile is happy-go-lucky. So if you haven't been in that energy, it feels like there's been people who have kind of come against you and taken you out of that positivity, because I'm hearing that naturally when you guys are left to your own devices, you tend to be very positive, happy, and upbeat. So if that's not the case, it feels like it's because of people who have deliberately tried to cause you stress or be cruel to you. And again, the messages that you should know is you are going to get justice. You're going to get karma. And the great thing is karma goes in both ways. So you get the good karma, they get the bad karma. And so you guys are really going to be paid back double is what I just heard. So if there is someone lately who's been really coming against you, just know that they are going to get their comeuppance 100%. And I just heard from Spirit that they're going to have to witness you getting your blessings yourself. But for a lot of you guys, you're going to have this time and this energy to spend time dreaming and being creative and thinking up these ideas. And I feel like because your emotional cup is fulfilled, it's almost like you're not too on one extreme or the other. You're not spending all your time like writing alone in your room or painting or doing needlepoint or whatever this creative work is. It's balanced with like you spending time with your friends or your family and really enjoying that. So you have a beautiful, lovely life where you can do a little bit of both. And because of that, I feel like that truly makes you happy, as it's not too much of one or the other. But for a lot of you guys, this is a new house or a new move. Let me get some astro dice and figure out the astrology energy in this reading. Spirit, can you give us some dice for pile 4? So we got Neptune. Okay, third house and Gemini. Third house and Gemini are related. So they're both Mercury related. And like I said, some of you guys might be writers or great communicators, or, you know, it can be that you just want to be surrounded by people and having conversations and having a lot of different topics that you're talking about and meeting up at the end of the day to converse. And that really makes you feel good to like get to chat and have girl talk with your friends, or to have guy talk with your friends, something like that, like really fulfilling conversations where you get really deep. Neptune is very creative, Pisces energy. So again, I was mentioning that some of you guys might be water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, because I am getting that vibe from this pile. And Neptune is very creative, and it's also very dreamy. I feel like you guys are very dreamy type of people. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of connection to the astral plane. That's what I said when I said you guys are mostly very cheerful. Like that kind of is Pisces energy to me. Most Pisces generally can be kind of almost like, this is why sometimes people say Pisces are delusional, is because sometimes they can be almost in like a really bad situation and everyone else would be freaking out. But Pisces has that kind of divine wisdom from God that like, everything's going to work out. It's okay. And sometimes the other signs are like, no, it's not okay. You need to file your taxes, which is understandable. But I think Pisces has that chillness. And so if someone's been taking you out of that, I do feel like you need to know that they will be punished. They will have their comeuppance, and they will, because you guys in this pile, I can tell your energy is so sweet, so loving and kind and giving. And if someone's coming against someone who's truly a kind little sweetheart type energy, Spirit takes that very personally. It's kind of like if you had like a little sibling who's like really shy and sweet, you're going to probably get even madder if someone messes with them than if they mess with like your tough Aries sibling, you know what I mean? Not saying if you're an Aries and you're like, wait a minute, so I'm not protected. No, that's not the case. I'm just saying, it's not the case at all. And depending on your chart, Aries and Pisces often share a lot of the same signs because of just the transits around the sun of other planets. So you guys very well might have a lot of Pisces and be protected. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, someone who's really tough can sometimes handle themselves. But, you know, I feel like Spirit really doesn't like it when people mess with someone who's very kind of innocent and hearted and very kind and very sweet. And I do feel like everyone in this pile falls in that group. So you guys are going to be very divinely protected. Let me get some more astro dice for pile 4. Can you tell us more energies of what wishes are happening for pile 4? So we got the nodes, we got Pisces, y'all are so Pisces, and we got 8th house Scorpio. I knew, like, this is such watery energy, so I'm not surprised at all. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm getting so much water coming through here. So with the nodes, again, destiny. A lot of you guys, I feel what I love about the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups is it's like overall life glow up. Like you assume if someone's in 10 of Cups energy, 9 of Cups energy, that they already have had to go through and get that 10 of Pentacles. They already have had to master that, because it's kind of hard to be in like 10 of Cups completely fulfilled energy when like you have a mountain of bills that are unpaid and like you're completely broke and you don't know what to do. Like even if you're a chill person, you're probably going to be freaking out if you're in that energy. So if you're already at the 10 of Cups and you're able to be that happy and that fulfilled and that chilled out, then probably you already went through the 10 of Pentacles and you've got your finances on point. You've got your other areas of life on point. And so I feel like you guys should know that you're going to get that overall glow up. You're going to get a lot of your hopes and dreams happening. You're going to be fulfilled in multiple ways. And this is where maybe I keep getting some jealousy coming through in this reading, which is funny because it's not that type of a reading. We're trying to keep it very positive, but I feel like a lot of you guys do have the haters around you. And maybe that's why they're going to be so mad, is because it's almost like they tried to bring you down. They've tried to be so negative to you guys. They've tried to hurt you in so many different ways, but you guys are like bulletproof. I just heard that, bulletproof. So it's like it just bounces off you. And what they don't know, because they're not spiritually awakened enough, is it bounces back to them, because that's how karma works. So a lot of you guys are going to be vindicated because of this. It's like that is actually a very powerful spiritual ritual, is when someone gets really hurt by someone, like the crucifixion, in Christian history or theology. Is like that's the main point, because there's something very powerful about people coming against you to such a deep level and hating you when you didn't do anything wrong. And Christ is the energy of the fish, the Pisces, so more Pisces energy coming through. So that is an archetype of Pisces and Scorpio, is that resurrection, that phoenix energy when it comes to Scorpio, and with the 12th house and Pisces, kind of like that Christ-like resurrected vibe. And so for a lot of you guys, this is part and parcel of your destiny and your journey. And you can't get to this 9 and 10 of Cups until you go through this 9 of Swords and you move past this. And a lot of you guys are already doing that. So it's like, if you're in that energy right now where you're worried, where you're nervous, where something's not going right, I can feel that like in my heart. I just felt my heart kind of beating fast. And I feel like some of you guys are really nervous about certain situations, and you need to know it's all going to be okay. You are going to get everything. I really feel like this pile, the answer is all your wishes. It's every area of life. It's everything. I feel like I should be like Bob Barker on the Price is Right, and like confetti should rain down for this pile in particular, or like I should, call you guys up and like the crowd should start screaming, because you guys, I feel like, won it all in this pile. You're going to get everything. You're going to get all the happiness, all the joy, emotional fulfillment, monetary fulfillment, and an overall joyful life that you really love. Like, I feel like you guys are going to, because I also feel like you guys aren't particularly even that materialistic. If I said you were just going to get only money, you'd be like, okay, but what about my emotional side? What about my art? What about my, like, that part of life? And so it's like you are going to have, in this pile, at least the money to live a very beautiful life. And for some of you guys, a lot of wealth and a lot of abundance. And I feel like you're just going to love your life. I feel like you're going to feel so fulfilled, so joyful, so happy. You're going to have those kinds of relationships that you really, really, really want, and it just makes a huge difference. So let me get some more cards. So we got Chop Wood, Never Ending Story, Blessed, Chaos and Conflict, and Community. So maybe you guys are in this chaos and conflict energy right now. And I just heard something about your career, something about when you guys find the right career, that's going to be part of the healing. Even though it doesn't sound like a blessing, your career is going to be a big blessing for you, because there's something about your career that you guys will just love and will give you such fulfillment. And something about how you guys are working or what you guys are doing that is just really incredible for you. And it's going to give you so much happiness. Just the career and the job you guys are doing. If you guys are at the beginning yet and you haven't figured out your journey yet, or you haven't fully figured out your career, don't worry, because when it comes together, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I feel like some of you guys want to write a book or something, and you will be able to write that, and it will do really, really well, and people will love it. But for a lot of you guys, this is about that community, and this is about the lifestyle you live. This is about waking up in the morning, excited to do your work, excited to get after it, excited about your life and the way you live. I'm seeing someone like walk to get a latte and they love their neighborhood, or dropping the kids off at preschool and they're friends with all the other moms, so they like get to stop and chat and it just puts them in a good mood, or like meeting up with their husband for dinner and it's like at their favorite Italian restaurant and they split a plate of pasta and get, I don't know, something on the side. So it's just a beautiful life. It's a happy, gorgeous life that you guys are manifesting and bringing in. And you're going to be very happy. If you guys want friends, you're going to have a beautiful friend group, a beautiful wide friend group of people who really and truly understand you and see the best in you and really get you for who you are. And I feel like that's kind of something you guys need to know, because maybe some of you guys feel a little isolated or misunderstood, or you feel like people don't get you. So you need to know that again, it's the Spirit wants you to know it's not you. It's not anything wrong with you. It's the people you're around right now, many of whom are jealous of your sparkle and how powerful and amazing you guys are. I just heard that a lot of you guys don't realize how physically attractive you are on one level, and also the like just dazzling energy you guys have. In this pal, you guys have that je ne sais quoi, as the French say. You have something very special and just kind of undescribable, ineffable about you that a lot of people don't necessarily have words for, but they can sense it. They know it. They're jealous that some of you guys are always the center of attention, the star. And so a lot of these people are acting out of their lower energies and they're angry at you because of that. But you need to realize that you're going to be blessed because of it. I know it stinks. I know it's hard. I know it's really difficult when you're faced with this energy and you're just trying to be a sweet little energy, maybe a sweet little Pisces running through this world and being kind to people. But at the same time, know that that's part of the process. Like, honestly, again, some people get mad sometimes when I talk about Christianity, but I am a Christian, but you don't have to be a Christian to like pay attention to this part. Even if you're not a Christian, but you have to admit that like there's power in that crucifixion, even if you only view Christ as a religious figure, then you have to admit that like Christianity wouldn't be, I think it's the largest religion in the world, if it wasn't for that whole process. If he had just lived his life and people had treated him really well, it wouldn't hit the same, right? Partially it is going through that pain, going through the hardship, having someone come against you, having someone stab you in the back and be so cruel to you. As much as it's hard in the moment to understand it, as much as it's hard to go through that and to live in that pain for that moment, know that coming out of that, you'll have even more power and even more blessings. And I feel like for every time these people are cruel to you, the more blessings get racked up. And I just heard you guys should be thanking them. I know you don't have to, and I'm not saying you should, although that might be a little mind trick to play on them. Go up to them and thank them for how kind they've been to you, and see their reaction. But it is what is going on. Even though it might not seem like that, it might seem really hard, but that's what's going on. So yeah, let's get some more cards. Friendship, transformation, and life purpose and answers. So I feel like also, like I said, you guys are having your wishes fulfilled with your life purpose. Some of you guys are going to really have a career that just fulfills you so much and brings you so much joy. And if you've been in a really painful place in your life right now, then know that you guys are going to transform through all of this. And your life is going to look very different in like a year, 2 years, 3 years. And you guys are going to feel so incredibly blessed and so happy with everything that comes through with you. And this is a new living situation for a lot of you guys, a beautiful living situation. I want to get some more cards and shuffle them for pile 4. And of course we got friendship. Like I don't even need to talk about that card anymore because we've already talked about it so much. Y'all are manifesting friends. Love, wow. foggy bog, patience, guardians of the land, protection. See, you guys are protected. You guys are protected majorly. Majorly protected. Wolf spirit, family. Yes. So it's like that family, friendship, just relationships in general for you. Y'all are going to have, I feel like, that dream life that so many people want, even if they haven't figured out exactly like that's what they really want. And I just saw 555 on my clock, and 5 is the number of change. So a lot of you guys need to know that this is going to change. Like I just said, your life is going to be very different in a year's time. So take that in, and if sometimes it helps when we're going through a really hard time to understand the energy we're at as a moment in time. Kind of like how we look back to places we lived before and we get randomly nostalgic for them. It's like, oh my gosh, that was such a nice apartment. Even though when you lived there, you might have been like, oh gosh, I hate this place and I blah, 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 I can't wait to go. But you'll look back afterwards and you'll be like, yeah, the apartment was really bad, but I mean, the location was great. And I had my little coffee shop on the corner, and oh, it was so pretty when it would rain outside. You know what I mean? And you get so nostalgic. And so thinking about the moment where we're at in it right now with kind of nostalgia, like trying to look at it as like, this is where I am temporarily, and in the future, it's going to be so different. So if I knew that this was only temporary, I would take it all in and appreciate it. I would be present in the moment, and I wouldn't be so like angry about where I'm at. I would accept it as like a blip in time and kind of try to make memories of like, okay, this is happening for me now, and this is what this looks like, and let me memorize the outline that I can see through my window because I know it's going to change. And I just heard a message that some of you guys are being spiritually protected right now, and you guys don't know and aren't aware of the things that your guides and spirits and all your angels on the other side are intercepting, because they're intercepting a lot. A lot of people have directed some real nastiness to you, more so than you know. And I feel like they're doing random stuff on the other side to protect you from this. Surprising stuff. Like if you knew about all the little interference, I'm hearing like random miscommunications and stuff like that. Maybe like lost paperwork. I don't know. Something like that. Something kind of Mercury related. And I think we got the third house, Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury. So that could make sense with that. That I feel like they're intercepting things with regards to communication of some kind or something. And so know that this is all being watched over and taken care of, and you will get justice for this situation. You are being protected. And a lot of you guys are going to bring in a beautiful love relationship as well with someone that I feel like is going to adore you and see your soft, gentle spirit as so attractive. So attractive, and have the kind of friends who truly support you. But I'm sorry, your love interest is hugging my attention back, and they're like, wait a minute, back to me. And they want you to know how much that they love you and care about you, and how incredibly special and amazing you are, and how they just like cannot wait to meet you in this lifetime because they just cherish you. And I feel like almost like their guides look out for you in this lifetime as well and help you. And maybe that's part of your protective team, is like they send some of their guides of like, hey, look after her. Because you really are very protected. You guys have a very big team on the other side. So I think just like accepting this current situation is okay, because you know it's going to pay off in the end. We just need a little bit of patience. Just need a little bit of patience to get through this time and to understand that it's all happening for our greatest and highest good. It's not happening to us, it's happening for us. It's not coming against us, it's coming for us. And we are going through this for a reason. So, and just for a season. It's not forever. It's not like we're going to be stuck in this for life. Just know that this is temporary, but you guys are going to be paid back so much, and you're going to have literally such a dream life. Like I feel like you guys in this pile, some of you guys are going to have, I mean, people are going to be really mad in the future. If they're mad now, they're going to be really mad in the future. And your Instagram, some of you guys, is going to be like incredible. It's going to be like, people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe they have that life. I can't believe they live this way. And I can't believe they came back from all the things I threw at them. So you guys just, like I said, 10 of Cups, you are having an overall glow up. And emotionally, you guys are manifesting and getting a life that you really wished for, that everyone would want that, where you feel so happy in your day-to-day life. You wake up at peace, you wake up feeling joyful, you wake up in a beautiful home. That's a big thing, a beautiful home that a lot of you guys really wanted for a long time and really would love to live in, and it's going to be yours. And you're going to be kind of in shock, like, I can't believe I manifested this. I can't believe I get to live here. Like, someone going to come kick me out? Like, I get to live here? What? But you're going to absolutely love it. So yeah, you have a lot of blessings coming your way, pile 4. What a beautiful energy you guys have. Thank you for letting me tap into it. Honestly, you guys have a very sweet energy, so I loved just getting to read a little bit of it. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know how it resonates in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. I always love hearing from you guys. And make sure to hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on so you find out as soon as I post next. And if you really liked this reading, you can also check out my Patreon, where I post all my additional readings, and I post new ones all the time. So there's a ton of readings to go through over there. So definitely check it out, you guys, if you want to join us on Patreon. So that's about it, everyone. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll be back very soon for another reading. So I will see you guys then. Bye.